This the Black Powder Podcast. Kick up your feet, lean on your.
I'll tell you about that later on because it's like, dude, first off, hats are cool.
Thanks, bro.
You might as well just jump into it, man, because I got a lot to say about the product. But we'll go ahead and if you could introduce yourself.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm Jeremy. I'm the owner, Hot Brass Clothing Company. Kind of came up with the initial design like years and years ago. Actually got it back here somewhere. This is the first one I ever did. It was on an old Knights Armament hat. I was just getting into long range shooting. You can see, I don't know if you can see it there. The thing is rough, dude.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was just messing around in the garage and like, I wonder if I can do this. Like, just something to show, that I like long range shooting. And it's just a 308 case, but like most beginners, like we start with a 308 and then work up from there. And then I was competing for a while I was stationed at Fort Bragg, because I was in the Army at the time. And yeah, I wore it all the time. Then it kind of just got hung up for probably close to like 10 years. And then my girlfriend at the time, who's now my wife, and one of my buddies at work, I wore it into work one day. They're like, yo, where'd you get that hat? I was like, oh, I made it. And they're like, no, you didn't. Like, I don't even know why you're saying this. I'm like, I swear to you, I did. um, and like months and months and months, they finally convinced me to start making them. And what's funny is during that time, my girlfriend, now wife, we'd been praying about just like we like to give, like have been even before I was a believer, like very generous. And so we're like, well, we have this thing that enables us to make more to give. We prayed about it, and that's. I think we officially became a LLC in like March of 22. March of 22. And so like I work here like all day, but I don't take any salary, any pay from it. It all either goes back into the business or it gets donated, just given, not even so much donations, but like the Lord puts people in our plate, like in our path that could really use, something. And it enables us to do that, which is super cool, because all of my time and all of my money is ultimately his anyways. It's just what I choose to let him do through me, and my wife. So it's pretty cool.
Dude,
Yeah, that's kind of how it all started, man.
pretty deep words right there, man. I definitely can agree with that. I know I have I guess based on my scarcity of resources and funding, if you will, I often get into that whole mindset of like, man, this person needs help. How can I help them out? And they tell you got to tithe. I think it's what I mean. Traditionally, they tell you got to tithe 10% and
Mm-hmm.
of your earnings and everything. And like, way my finances look, I don't want to be like, oh, okay, well, I had to pay X, Y, and Z because if I didn't pay X, Y, and Z, there's gonna be some consequences, and I can't deal with consequences. But here's a nickel. I don't want
Yeah.
I don't want to be like that. But I definitely can agree with that whole mindset, man. It's like,
Yeah, I don't know. I, and I'm not, and I don't know exactly what scripture says about
mhm,
tithing, but man, for me, it's the heart, dude. Like there'll be times when I know I don't have it. Um, but I give it anyways. Dude, okay. So since we're talking about this, I'll tell you a story that is sort of my transforming moment. And this is like, you choose to believe it, or people, whoever watches this, can choose to believe it or not. But so, like I said, my wife, Amanda, she was my girlfriend at the time. And I was a diehard atheist. Like, you couldn't tell me nothing, dude. I can't imagine what it was like to be around me. Like, for real. And so, and she was a believer, and she knew better. She knew that she should not be with me, should not be making these choices that she was making. But she did it anyways. And ultimately, I thank God for that. But her and I both know that she should not have been with me. So, we were together for maybe, I don't know how long, maybe like 2 years. And eventually, God spoke to her and was like, hey, who do you worship? Do you worship this guy, or do you worship me? Because this guy, he ain't the guy. He is not. You are unequally yoked to this man. And so she's like, okay, it's like, you calling me on my bull crap, Lord. And you're right. I've idolized this guy, and I have put him above you. And so we break up. Well, she breaks up with me, and which I didn't believe her. I was like, yo, look, dude, if you don't want to be with me, you can, it's too easy. Just say it. Don't try to blame it on God. And she's like, I swear, like, that's not what I'm doing. I do want to be with you. And I'm like, yeah, right, whatever. So, like, we still talked, and that, like, because my wife is very intelligent. Like, she's a smart lady. And eventually we spoke again, and she's like, do you, like, am I crazy? And I'm like, well, no, I don't think you're crazy. And she's like, do you think I'm just like some stupid, gullible, like whatever type of person? I'm like, no. Like, I wouldn't be with you if that was the case. And so, like, I sort of just like thought about that. Like, man, maybe there's something to this. So, I just opened the Bible and I started reading, and I was like, well, if I want to hear from God, I mean, the Bible tells you everything. It says, do this.
Yeah.
Pray, fast, read the word. And she tells this part better, but I remember we had like one of our last conversations before like really started to happen. I was being a dick. And she's like, well, I still have faith. I'm still praying for you, and I have a lot of faith. I said, well, or no, she said, I still have faith. I said, well, you better have a lot. And then that was it. We hung up. And brother, let me tell you, dude, she did have a lot of faith, because I've in the past, as an atheist, I don't even know atheist, like, more just an asshole. Like, I read the Bible like it was just tales, like it was just like some stories from like just a bunch of nonsense, right? And it had to be the Lord you know, leading me even in those moments. But I was like, well, why don't I just read it like it's real? Like this did happen. And I prayed, I fasted. Dude, I fasted for like 3 days.
Wow.
Um, and I was like, okay, like I can kind of see, why people are buying into this, but like I need something. I need something tangible, something that like I need a sign without a doubt, like you are there. And so she was living in Nashville. I was living in just over the border in Kentucky from Tennessee. And I would drive down to Nashville like sometimes on the weekends and play Pokemon Go. Uh, dude, Pokemon Go is tight, dude. So,
Yeah, I used to do it. I want to get back into doing it, but
bruh, yes, dude. So we go down, or I go down there. I'm like, hey, there was this park, and there's a Wendy's across from it. Um, and that's where her and I would meet up sometimes. I'm like, so I text her, like I hadn't talked to her in a while. I'm like, hey, just so you know, I am not going to be at the Wendy's where we, used to meet up. And so she's like, oh, okay. And so I'm sitting there and okay, so let me go back. And I always mess this part up when I tell this story. So um, I was with 160th Special Operations Aviation Regiment. Um,
Mhm.
and I was in a job that didn't deploy anymore. So I had all of my loadout gear in my cage at work. It had been there for like, I don't know, probably like a year just sitting in the cage. And just like that morning, I was like, hey, I need to go clean out my cage. So I go there.
Mhm.
Um, I pull out all my gear, like, and in our deploy, so we deploy like very short deployments. So I just like replace all my stuff every time because it gets torn up or just messed up while I'm over there. So I have like
Mhm.
all brand new stuff in there. Um, and so I'm sitting in this parking lot. I've got all this stuff in the back of my Forerunner, and this guy comes up, like a big black homeless guy, and he's like, I'm like, gosh dang it, here we go again. Because like I don't know what it is about me, like I'm a to me like a big, intimidating, like scary looking guy, but usually um, homeless people like there's like a magnet on me, and like they go to me, and I give them what I can. So um, he knocks on the window, and I'm sitting there. I'm like, hey, what's up, bro? Like, how you doing? He's like, oh, I'm just blessed by God. And I was like, and I said this in my head. I was like, this mother, like this motherfucker, dude. Like he's trying me right now. Uh, and so I was like, oh, sick, dude. Like, well, how can I help you? He's like, I don't need money or anything. But I just need to do some laundry, and it's right around the corner. Like, can you help me out? And I was like,
Hmm.
dang. Like 20 minutes before that, I just given all my change, all my cash to another lady. And I was like, bro, like, and I kind of like started to tear up. I was like, I don't have anything to give you. But then, and I believe it was God, was like, well, okay, well, what do you have? And I was like, oh, dang, I got all this. Like, I'm a big guy. I'm 6'3", like probably like 305, 310 at the time. And this dude was a big dude. And God was like, well, what do you have? And I was like, yo, hold on. I got all the clothes, all the shoes, all the everything right back here right now. So popped the hatch in the back, pulled out my laundry bag that I keep in there. I was like, I put probably like 12, 15 t-shirts, brand new socks, brand new shoes, brand new underwear, shower shoes, like toilet, everything
Yeah,
out of there.
hookup, yeah.
And then I'm standing there, and I felt it. I felt God again. He's like, "No, you have more." And so I'd never had a pair of Jordans. I'd wanted a pair of Jordans like my whole life, and I just got them. Like I was wearing them to the meetup, like to show her, and like put them on my first time on my feet that morning. And he's like, "No, you have more." And I looked down at my shoes, dude. I was like, "You like these shoes?" I'm like, "You can probably sell these and get quite a bit of money." Like, so just be careful. And he's like, "Dude, I'm not gonna sell these. I'm gonna wear these, dude. Are you crazy?" I was like, he's like, "I never had a pair of shoes like this." I was like, in my head, I was like, "Well, I haven't had them either." I never had a pair either. And yeah, man, I kicked them off my feet, gave them to him. And so I have a laundry bag. It's probably like this full, like big, full, right?
Mm.
And I give him the shoes, and I I give him a hug, tell him, like, we love you, man. Like, if you see me, like, whatever you need, right? And I started like crying, and I got in the car, and it was just like uncontrollable tears, like weeping, sobbing, because I realized like I'd been deceived like for so long for my whole life, and God is real, and He loves us and cares about us, and He wants us to follow His will for us, And I was definitely outside of all of that. And so like this is a crazy part. I know the rest of that was kind of crazy too, but like so I get in the car, and I just want to reemphasize this is a big, heavy bag. Like it's a very unwieldy. It's a crappy laundry bag. And I loaded down with like water. I had a bunch of bottled water in the car too. And it was heavy. And so I look down, I look up, just want to see like how he's doing, like how he's doing with like getting it wherever he needs to go.
Yeah.
And he's gone, dude. Like he's not there at all. Like he's just gone.
Hmm.
And I'm like, yo, this has to be God showing himself to me. Like doing what I asked in faith. And from that day on, man, I was like, yo, I'm all in. And so I don't remember what time of year that was, but like about 6, 8 months later, the man and I were, back together, equally yoked in the Lord, married. And now we're here, dude. Southern Alabama, ended up PCSing, which is like when the Army moves you. That's I retired out of here like back in December. And that's where we're at now, man.
Wow.
Just doing the business full time and trying to do as well. I pray about it every day. Like all this other stuff aside, like I just want to do what you want me to do. Like I just want to follow your will for me, for my family. Um, but yeah, man, I know I kind of went off on a pretty decent rabbit trail there, but
I mean, it is worth it, man, because I mean, you do incorporate some, like say for example, whenever you ship out your products, man, on your box you had I think it was a quote from Psalms. I wish we would have taken a picture of
Isaiah,
it last time I had Isaiah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah. So you incorporate it explains a lot of why you would incorporate something like that because um we're living in an era where a lot of people claim that they are of certain religions, but I don't think they're really claiming that religion with faith. If anything, they're trying to claim that religion with the benefits that come with it. It's almost like it's what do you call it, intersectionality, where as long as you got a deck of cards that you can pull from and play at any time,
yeah,
um, the more it's like Pokemon, you know.
yeah, that,
the more
yeah.
cards I put in this deck, the more I can utilize it to my advantage.
Mm-hmm.
And I
The
say
thing
that
is like a
having,
genie, man. Like,
yeah,
oh, if I just do this, dude, he's gonna grant my wishes, bruh. There ain't
yeah.
nothing. Where are you getting that from?
It's it's the way that modern. I don't know about all religions, but I could say like say the church and everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, Nothing against church, especially if it's like an honest church and you got a lot of honest believers, but there's a lot of prosperity gospel, you know.
Yeah, bro.
Um,
It's
I
rampant, dude.
yeah, I grew up. I think it was Southern Baptist when I was living in Texas because I grew up in Dallas Fort Worth around that area,
Mm-hmm.
Euless, Texas to be exact. And we went to a Baptist church, and they were like, fire and brimstone, you're gonna burn in hell. That's
Yeah, there's a lot of that too.
the food was good though. I ain't gonna lie, but anyway, that's not what I was getting. um, there was at least like stay on the path. The mentality is stay on the path, but
Mm-hmm.
be cautious because if you stray from the path, there's consequences. Now
Sure.
it's like you'll hear the catchphrase, and don't get me wrong, I agree with it, but we're all imperfectly perfect or something like that.
Oh yeah.
And that's a great start, but everybody wants to focus on the perfections. Nobody wants to focus on trying to fix the imperfections. It's like
Yeah.
oh, I can go and cheat on my wife and I'll still be okay because God's going to forgive me, or I can go
Yep.
swindle these people, I'll still be okay because God's going to forgive me, without actually trying to fix the sins that you're getting involved in.
Yeah.
Like you just gave a whole redemption arc about how you became the man that you are now.
Yeah.
Most people don't want to go through the issue or go through the trials and tribulations of that redemption arc. They just want the end goal right then and there. So they'll put on the cloth of somebody who is a quote unquote model Christian, or devout Muslim, or whatever religion they choose.
Yeah.
And those are the ones that you really got to watch out for, and it's a scary thing because I know in my case, I started questioning a lot when I was married. At the time we'd go to church every Sunday. I do it before work, and there'd be the sermon. And there was one day where she asked me what I thought about the sermon or how I interpreted it.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of wish I could remember what the sermon was about, but I told her my interpretation of it. And then she said, well, that's a good answer, but it's wrong. And last time I checked, whenever you hear the word of God and you're interpreting it to where you can understand it and it can help your life, especially in its utilization,
Mm-hmm.
to be blunt, who the hell are you to come along and tell me how to interpret something?
Right.
So it's almost like you're stealing. It's faith stealing, and
Yeah.
you know sometimes people wonder why there's a lot of other people out there that have lost religion, and it's because the well has been poisoned. And I'm not saying um, everywhere, but it's just you got enough scammers and grifters out there to the point where it's kind of tainting the actual path to get the God versus like I said a minute ago, trying to sacrifice and deal with the trials and tribulations to get that reward.
Yeah. Notice a lot of those churches are ran just like businesses, like
Yeah,
corporations, you know. And you know, sometimes that does work um, to build a big congregation. Like, and I don't want to slam like, especially like these big churches, because
yeah,
some of
mega
the
churches.
messages they're they're geared towards getting people through the door, and that's a step. It can be a step towards salvation, but a lot of people see through that stuff, man. Like
Hmm.
you have to. We went to a church here, and I'm not going to name them, but eventually we had to keep or we had to stop going, because like you could tell that it was prepared by the pastor, not through the Holy Spirit. And he'd take scripture and try to twist it to something that he just wanted to teach on, or not even really teach, but just talk about.
Hmm.
Um, so I know when we were setting this up, you're asking about if we go to church. And I was like,
Yeah.
no, we don't. Um, I I do my best to stay in the scripture, and I get honestly most of my teaching because I like to learn about God and about His nature and like the it's all in the details, you know. Like the most what some might consider the most mundane or basic piece of scripture has so much depth and meaning and revelation. And so I typically listen to a guy. Um, his name is Alan Nolan, Pastor Alan Nolan at Cornerstone Fellowship
Hmm.
out in Oklahoma. And he is a true teacher, man. Like I started like in the beginning of my faith journey. Like he has a he's on YouTube, um, and he teaches scripture. He's I've listened to his um, teachings on Genesis. It's probably like I don't know, hundreds and hundreds of videos on there, and he goes through it verse by verse, like you know, just how from the beginning things were, I guess, set up in order for Christ's sacrifice for us, you know, to bring us back to Him.
Hmm.
And that's the stuff I like. I like. I don't the health wealth stuff. It's that's not for me, dude. And it, I really don't think it should be for most people, you know, because all this stuff, man. Like I I came from like literally nothing, dude. And if this all this goes away, like so what? Because in the end, I'm in the kingdom, dude. Like it don't get better than that. It just don't. Um,
Yeah.
so and I've struggled even since becoming a believer, man. Like my wife and I have struggled. I've struggled. Usually when my wife and I are struggling, it's because I am struggling. Um, and not being a godly husband, not leading my family the way Christ would lead my family. That's like when we have problems, that's usually the root cause of it is me not
Mm.
doing the things that I'm supposed to do. Not especially like compassion, empathy, like, bruh, that's hard for me. Um, and when that is not of God to not be compassionate, not be
Mhm.
empathetic, especially when it's like the person that you claim to love, more than any other human on this earth, who's it's God than her. Like, how how do you expect there not to be problems um,
Yeah.
when you're not doing the things that you're supposed to do? And then you know he'll reset you, dude. The Holy Spirit will convict you. And if you're stubborn like me, I'm so stubborn, dude. Um, and God is only as close to you as you want him to be. So when we have those fights, like normally it takes me a little bit. And I'm like I know that I'm being a jerk, or whatever the situation is.
Mhm.
I pray. I say, Holy Spirit, remove everything within me that is not of you. Remove all anger and resentment, and you know, and I open that back up, and the Holy Spirit fills me again. Um, and normally, I come through and say, "Baby, I'm sorry." Like I X Y Z, on and on and on. The things that I said or did, or whatever. Um, and it's we're that relationship is made whole again through him. And whereas in the past, like, and that would not happen, dude. Um,
Mhm.
so this is a big. This is the biggest part of my life is, and like, even with the business, man. Like, I struggle sometimes. Like, where are you taking this? Like, what are we doing here? Because I don't see the big picture. I just don't know. But I'm gonna do the stuff until he says, "Hey, it's time to pivot. It's time to do this. It's time to whatever." I'm just gonna trust him, because especially when I'm coming up with new designs, and like they got like skulls, and like I don't understand how this is glorifying you. Like, what what am I supposed to be doing with this? And it's like, you know, just trust me. And so I
Mhm.
do. And so I keep doing it, keep coming up with new designs, coming out with, new stuff. Like I was telling you before, we got our boonies coming out. Um, got one here.
Oh, those are gonna be. Oh
Yeah, they're
man,
tight, dude.
I
Um,
want one already.
I'll send you one, dude. Yeah, they're tight. Um, and so like I'm just trusting him, you know.
Yeah, I definitely get it, man. It's like it's funny, like, as with my podcast, I'm like, I don't know if anybody's watching. I don't know if I have dedicated subscribers. I don't know, but
Yeah,
lately I do know that the motivation to do it is there, and I guess if I was doing wrong, then I wouldn't feel this motivated to keep going.
right.
Just like I still, another goal of mine. I don't know if I'll be able to do it this year. I'll find a way, but I want to become a firearm instructor, and I've been wanting to do that for years now. But it just it needs to come to fruition because I recently had a friend of mine. She ended up having some stuff happen near her apartment complex. People going around trying to test the locks to see if they open up. Thankfully, everybody
Hmm.
made sure they were locked up, but still, it's just. And she's got a gun, and she hasn't finished her I guess, her training on it, and
Hmm.
she hasn't used it in a long time. And with the way things are nowadays, uh, a lot more people need to know how to protect themselves and not just have like the whole mentality of I have a gun, I'm good.
Right.
Um, so I got to step my game up to make sure that goal comes to fruition. Because I mean, I so much I want to do, man. Avert training.
What is that?
So it's I can't remember the exact acronym, but basically it's like you can help out whenever there's like a, for example, active shooter. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, you know how to stop the bleed, you know, CPR, you know, first aid. I think you can help direct people towards safer areas, get in contact with law enforcement, so on and so forth. It's like it's a big combination of things versus like I know CPR,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
like yeah,
What good are
not
you? Ain't there?
yeah, yeah, not knocking CPR because I mean honestly, I think
Right.
more people do need to have skills, especially if you got a family, man. Because the last thing you want to do is like you walk in on the situation and you're just helpless, you know.
Right. Yeah.
Um, funny story about that since we're talking religion, you know. Don't get me wrong, we're gonna get back on the hats, man, but
No worries, bro. Yo, forget these
uh,
hats, dude. Everybody knows what a hat is, bro.
true, but it's like these hats have drip, but
Thanks, bro. I
but
appreciate that.
I'm just telling the truth, man. I'll make this story quick, but like
Yeah.
short version is I was at the airport, older gentleman who's probably about like maybe his late 60s, late 70s, um, ended up falling on the floor. And the airport in Atlanta is it's got like these hard, I want to say marble tiles or whatever. So when
Hmm.
he fell hard.
Dang.
Um, so I tried to help out as much as I could. They ended up finding a doctor and a nurse that knew CPR. Um, but at the end of the day, I'm like, this is the limitation of what I can do is just find help and
Yeah.
sit there, watch, hope, and pray.
Right.
Um, not knocking prayer, but it's like the only limitation that we give ourselves is what we choose to give ourselves. So
Yeah, man.
I realized that I'm like, I got to do better. I got to do more. So I ended up taking my first adult first aid, child first aid, CPR, and AED class with Trisha Perkins from Learn CPR ATL. And it, I honestly think it was God talking to me and trying to tell me, like, you know, you say you want to do these things, you say you want to get better. What you gonna do now? I'm like,
Yep. Bro,
ah! Yeah,
dude, God is a king of don't talk about it, be about it, dude.
right, man.
Yo.
You ain't play. You ain't like,
Yo, dude. Any non-believers, new believers, yo, it's the greatest blessing you'll ever have, but you better be prepared because
mm,
if you say God I want or God I need, and He's ready to answer, it's coming.
you gonna work.
Yep, you're gonna put it in.
Mhm. Yeah,
Yeah, man.
but
Dang, that fires me up, dude. Let's go.
so so on the topic of the drip, man. I mean, I made sure to take one. Oh, actually, did I take one or two? I think I took one of the hats that I initially bought from you
Hmm.
to SHOT Show, right? And it was the black multicam with the brass 308 and it had the brown my brown logo on it.
Hmm.
And it didn't matter where I was going, people would just give me compliments on it. They're like, where'd you get the hat at? Where'd you get the hat at? I'm like, yeah,
Yeah,
Hot Brass Clothing Company. Check them out. They're on Instagram. I mean,
yeah.
people loved it. And you don't often see a brass anything other than like a fish hook, man. Because like that's it, just fish hook right up there. And I don't know,
Yeah.
I've never seen anybody else put anything on a bill. So you know, that's it. It's sick. It is a sick hat, and
Thanks, bro.
I love everyone I've gotten. Um, and I still got the ones that you gave me for the giveaway. Which God, by the way, I still got to get a Die Free Code Kung Fu grip out to you.
Oh yeah, no
Yeah,
worries,
I haven't
bro.
forgotten. It's just it's logistics, man. I'm like, all right, I got all this stuff I got to get out to everybody. Where if I would have thought about it and been like, okay, you got all this stuff, you can mail it from the business.
Hmm.
Send the business the information so they can mail it out. Meanwhile, I'm over here looking like Santa Claus, like I ain't got no dwarves,
Bruh,
or not dwarves. That would be kind of cool though. Santa Claus,
elf.
Christmas dwarves. Yeah, elves. I ain't got no elves. I ain't got no reindeer. I don't even have a sleigh. I'm like, okay.
Bruh, it's
Uh,
all those things that you kind of like don't really think about. Like I remember
yeah.
the first time we did. So we started out just doing gun shows.
Mhm.
And we showed up. We didn't have nothing for the tables. All we showed up with was product, dude. We didn't show up with bags, uh, cards, nothing. We're like,
Mm.
yo, there is so much. Like I spend so much money on packing tape, dude. Like boxes, packing
Yeah.
material, all this like little stuff that you kind of don't really think about until you're like, oh yeah, I do need
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm
so
gonna
like,
do it. And then you don't know how
yeah,
to do it.
yeah, you don't know how to do nothing, dude. I remember when I got the first got so I use a post bed sewing machine for the hats.
Mhm.
I had no idea how to even sew a stitch, dude. And you're talking YouTube University real quick, bro. I got this like
Yeah.
$3,000, $3,000 sewing machine that showed up broken because they're like 100 pounds, packed in like the thinnest cardboard imaginable. So I get this thing in, and I'm like, I don't know what it's supposed to do, but it sure ain't doing nothing. So I'm like turning the thing that raises and lowers the sewing needle,
Hmm.
and I'm looking at it like, how's this thing supposed to work? Because you're so with a post bed, it's got gears and arms that run this way, this way, this way. Like it basically makes like a whole square. Well, this has to turn the same time this is going because that's what ties your thread, like when it goes
Hmm.
under. And I figured all this up after like I fixed it. But when I gotten it, I guess it had been dropped a bunch of times, and some of the gears inside had been slipped. Yeah, and so like I got it all out of time when I was trying, and I'm like cranking on this thing. I'm like, there ain't no way. I see these little old ladies on the internet turning this thing. I know they don't got grip strength like I do, dude. So I'm like cranking on it. I thought I broke it. Um, then I took it all apart. Like, oh, okay. So this needs to turn here. This turns this
Hmm.
one, turns this one, turns this one. Kind of. So initially, I took it to a sew shop, and they're like, I don't know what this is. Like, I can't fix this. So I take it home. Like, yo,
It's a bad sign.
I got this, dude. Yeah, I took it all apart, re-greased the gears, got everything lined up, and just ran good ever since. But you
Nice.
want to talk about some panic, dude?
Man. Look, you don't know what that green has got, man. She might have some Rosie the Riveter tattoos up here or something. She's over here talking about he just simply turn the knob and it'll
Yeah,
be
dude.
okay.
Yeah, it was doing nothing. The thing was dead. But
Man,
yeah, I
that's
still
the
got
type
it,
of
man.
yeah, you gotta have it, man. Because I mean, like,
No.
honestly, um, industrial material or industrial machines like that, I think they're coming to. I hate to say it. I hope I'm wrong, but I think they're starting to kind of tamper down or come to an end because, like, you got all these big companies doing stuff, and they got a factory, and then
Yep.
the factory spits out so many units a day, and
Yeah, man.
sometimes it's questionable. You
And we have to
like
compete with those guys.
yeah, like you would
Bro,
never
it
see
is our
anything like this.
margins are razor thin, dude.
Mm,
And like we kind of stopped doing gun shows and stuff, and that would really bother me. Like you get these like especially like not knocking them, but older white guys, cheapest
mm,
dudes ever, bro. So like our hats, they're not cheap, but they're also not expensive.
yeah,
Um, and be like, oh, $40 for a hat with a brass like I got this hat for $3. Like, yeah, where'd you get it from, dude? And then you want to like stand up on your soapbox and be like, oh, these kids sending everything to China. Like, yo, who are you talking to? Dude who's only like getting Timu hats, bro. Wonder why they fall apart in 3 weeks. Oh, I'll just get another one.
yeah.
Yo, get out of here, dude.
I
I mean, I
mean
don't
that.
say that to him, but I say, well, that's the price.
I mean, yeah, you gotta pay for quality. You don't just because let's be real. By the time you order $3 worth of whatever cheap hat that's out there, you're gonna end up going through, I don't know, at least 10 of them by the time you spend $30, if my math is correct. Yeah.
Yeah,
Three times it's $30 right there. So you could have taken that
yeah,
same $30, gotten a hat that fits your personality, which is the other reason why I like that hats because other than this t-shirt which I got off of like Vista print, this is my
hmm
first t-shirt ever. Ironically enough, I'm wearing it today.
heck
Um
yeah.
I swear I didn't plan that. I'm like, because I'm on a graveyard shift now. I'm like, I got off. Usually get off at 4:30 in the morning, and I went to sleep, and I'm like, oh, okay. And thank God the alarm went off because I'm like, I gotta do the interview. I gotta do the interview. So I'm like I'm going through my clothes, and I just grabbed a gray shirt, and I'm like, all right, this is gonna work. It'll match the hats, and there it is.
There you go,
It
dude.
ain't working.
Yeah, dog.
But it just makes you wonder why people are afraid to spend money on quality products, especially whenever it's something that can fit them. Because um, people want clothing that speaks to their personality, you know.
hmm
And I know the man makes the clothes, not the clothes makes the man. But eh,
Yeah. I mean, it
there's
gives you
there's
something. It,
it gives you something,
yeah.
yeah. But
Yeah,
but in
man.
all honesty, I think I would like me personally, I would much like to wear my own brand versus being a billboard for somebody else.
Yeah.
And if there's a company out there that can help me do that, then go to that company. It's not going to be cheap because you're getting custom made quality products. If
Yeah.
you go do that on like a Shein or Timu or whatever, and I'm not knocking it, they got their whatever they do is whatever they
Yeah.
do.
People buy it, man. Hey,
Right.
more power to
I
them.
mean, I've even bought off of Timu. I'm not going to lie. I mean, they probably have my information now, but I mean, nonetheless, yeah, it's what you pay for something that you can be proud of. Because I mean, like I said, these hats, these are amazing, and
Thanks, bro.
it was funny whenever I'm not gonna say their name, but there's another company because I saw them at SHOT Show and they had hats too, and I'm like, I told you about it. I'm over here like, oh God, these hats are badass, but I got a hat guy already. I don't want to. I don't want to cheat on my hat guy.
Nah, that don't
it,
bother me at all, bro.
I'm not gonna lie. I felt bad when I was sending the message and like, "Hey man, what's up?"
Yo, I mean, we got our thing. Yo, dude, I still have a closet full of 9 line shirts. Like,
Yeah, yeah,
I still wear 9 line shirts all the time. Like, it don't bother. I'll support those dudes. Because number one, I was deployed with what's his name for like a couple rotations when he was in third battalion.
Mhm.
Tyler, I want to say he was like I think he was a captain at the time, maybe. I don't remember I think it was filling like the S2 or S3, something. But he did all of our deployment shirts, and then we went to um, Sigonella during the Benghazi stuff. And he did our shirts for there because we were staged over there for all the stuff going on in Benghazi for like weeks, bro, in this abandoned hangar, and these birds were just crapping on everything.
Wow.
And they'd tell us like 24, 48 hours, 24, 48 hours. And so he made us some some shirts that had a bird just like taking a dump, and it said 24, 48 on it. And like it was one of those like if you know you know type things. But then like years
Wow.
later, he started in his garage, dude. And years later, I look, I'm like, oh my gosh, like look what he's done. Like they've done some incredible stuff, man. I've seen like their facility down there in Savannah, and man, like you can do it.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to get. I mean, I'll do whatever the Lord has for me, but I don't know if I want to ever get that big, dude.
I mean, you never know because like if if he's got success planned for you, he's got a plan for you.
Yeah, for sure.
Um, it's the main mission is staying humble as you get there because some people they climb the ladder, they change. Some
Yeah,
people they climb the ladder, they stay the same. It's just a matter of how do you want to define your character.
yeah,
So you
that's
always got
it.
to remember that. And what I noticed, ironically enough, this follows the theme the story you gave whenever we opened up. But I noticed a lot of the business owners that I've talked to, that I've done interviews with, it's almost like the same story of sacrifice. You
Yeah,
have to sacrifice something to where you're at now to get to a higher plane of where you want to be. Um, Shoot, I got an interview with Bolo Defense coming up, or rather, it's going to come out soon. And you know, Mike was telling me about what he went through. He said, I
hmm
think he was homeless at one point, and now he's got his own defense company.
heck yeah. I've heard good things about their kit, man.
Yeah, I
Um,
got he sent me one. I got to test it out. I just been waiting on stuff to come together. I really want to do a unboxing, but I'll do that later on. But yeah, man. I mean, I anybody that has got that mentality, I definitely will support them all the way, and definitely want to put them on this platform. Because for me, I think my podcast itself, especially as it grows, isn't meant to be like a spoke podcast. If anything, I think it's meant to be more like a hub. So you can expose all sorts of different mindsets, thoughts, so on and so forth. I mean, heck, I had a guy on a while ago, Mike Blodgett. He is he works at a credit union, but he's so financial savvy to the point where, especially during these times, it wouldn't hurt to have to get information from somebody like that. Not like
mhm.
one of these YouTube following me and you'll become a millionaire in 6 months. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah,
it's saturated with that. But
yeah, bro.
yeah, man. So sacrifice.
It's so easy. Just follow these 12 steps. Yeah.
Call me now for your. Oh wait, no. Call me now for your free financial reading.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mr. Cleo this time, dude. Yo,
Shoot.
come
But
on
yeah,
now.
you just don't be afraid to follow your path, especially if it's the way God is leading you, and
Yeah, man.
don't be afraid of what comes with it, man. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, dude, and I mean, so I didn't initially take out any loan, and I was a E7 at the time. And like nowadays, like that's pretty decent money. Um, but everything I had would go towards a business,
Mhm.
go towards it. And I'll tell you one thing, caution, because I still fall into it. You get so wrapped up in this thing that God has asked you to do, um, that it occupies all of your time. Um, and so
Yeah.
the other things that God has asked you to do go to the wayside.
Mhm.
And there still are times um, when just put so much effort into the business or whatever I'm doing that day, that I don't spend time with him. I don't spend time with my wife. Um, and you have to be careful because when you get this word from him that says, "Hey, this is what I've called you to do," um, you're like, "Oh, heck yeah, dude!" It's like Dad has a special task for you. Like nothing else matters because this is what he's asked me to do.
Mhm.
Um, I don't got time for that because I'm doing the thing that he's asked me to do. Well, he asked you to do a lot of stuff, dude. I'll tell you, um, none of those supersede one another. You have those same duties regardless of what he's asked you to do.
Mhm.
Um, and it's definitely not a one man show. Like I need my wife in this. Like I need her support. I need her help. I need you know everything because and I need God. Like I can't or I shouldn't neglect my time with Him by being so blinded by the things that He's asked me to do. And that's very easy to fall into. Like I fall into it probably every day, honestly. But then you have
Mm.
to recognize it and say, okay, like now I'm going to take some time. I'm going to spend some time in the Word. I'm going to pray, um, and like especially towards the beginning when we were doing like super long road trips and stuff. Like,
Yeah, I can
and
imagine.
yeah, I just pray for strength. Like, please, Lord, give me strength, and He gives it to you. Like,
Yeah.
there's no way that I would have been able to do any, and we're not like massive by any means, but we do pretty decent. Um, and there's no way that I would be able to do all this without um, him providing me strength and providing me guidance and wisdom and all the stuff that he says he will. Because I'll tell you, dude, if God says that he'll do something, he will do it.
Hmm.
But sometimes our pride and our you know self-sufficiency gets in the way of that. Like, no, I don't need you on this one, God. I got this. Like, yeah, we'll see how that turns out, dude.
Yeah. Yeah,
Um,
I've been there. I definitely understand what you're talking about. I've been there before. I think all of the last 3 to 5 years it was like that because I had a lot going on in my life and like you said, being stubborn. I don't even think it was a prideful thing. I was kind of like in survival mode. I'm like, I gotta find this, I gotta find that, I gotta find this, and
mhm.
big man's back there. Let me just, I got it, I got it, I got
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
But yeah, that's a dang good point.
It's easy to
Definitely a
do,
good point.
man.
Yeah. So, because I'm curious, man. Because again, these hats just awesome. Um, what's your favorite design?
Mm, man, that's tough. Probably. Bart 6 guns. I think I might be wearing one right now. It's got, this is a black leather one, but I don't know if you can see it very
Yeah.
well.
Oh, that.
Yeah.
Oh, this is like the Huckleberry thing. Yeah,
Yeah. That's probably my
that was pretty
favorite.
cool.
Um, or like our original logo. I don't have any around here, but it's the one that's like offset to the side that has the brass and the smoke. Um, and a funny story on that one, man. So like I use my iPad and I draw all these. Um, and was trying so long to like draw the live round and the spent brass and the smoke and stuff. And I
Mhm.
eventually I couldn't even get the smoke the way I wanted it. I asked one of our friends like, "Hey, can you please help me out on this?" But I couldn't get the brass either, so I basically just took just like random pieces of spent brass
Mhm.
and laid them on this like um, poster board and hot glued them in place and hot glued the live round up
Mhm.
and then took some pictures and then went through like dude I tried for like probably like 2 weeks. And like this is not cutting it. And then once I got that, I was like, oh boy, like this is tight. So that's the logo that's on our boxes.
Yeah, that's a
Is
cool logo too.
our original logo. So it'd be between that one and the Bart 6 guns, I think. But dude, we have some sick ones like the Freedom Overwatch, the Eagle is tight.
With the vest on and
Hmm.
the rifle. Yeah,
Yeah,
that was cool.
yeah, that one's tight.
Um, there another design I liked was the I think it was the one with the Grim Reaper that was kitted out.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, that one was cool.
yeah.
And God, there's the I think it's like a two-tone. It's like a trucker hat. It's and I know you got different colors on your website, but just
Mhm.
something about that combination of like the maroon red with the black bill, and it had a black American flag in the center.
Oh yeah,
It,
yeah,
it
yeah,
just
yeah. That one's sick,
beautiful
dude.
combo. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, it's just like the stuff that goes on these hats, and I don't know why, but like even this one, right? It's like I showed my mom um the muted patch on it,
Hmm. That
and
black leather is nice, dude.
yes, it's really I don't know what it is about it, but it's really really nice. Even whenever because like right now, yeah, it's got the black brass on it.
Hmm.
So how do you even like? Is this actual brass itself, or is this a mold, or I
No,
mean, is it even okay to?
that's a real brass case.
Wow.
Um, what do I got behind me here? So, oh, here we go. Here's one of our before I moved to leather. This is one of our first ones that we made. Um, so you can see the brass on both sides.
Hmm.
And what I do is like when I get my brass casing, I notch like right here in the front and right here in the back. And when I cut my hole and like do all my like brushing out of the fabric and all that stuff, that's what holds it in there. Um, so like I mean but you can bend your bill. It's not gonna
Yeah.
pop out. It's in there nice and tight. And what a
Nice.
lot of people don't notice. Let's see, is when I cut the brass. Like if anybody's watching, they have one of our hats. Take a look.
I'm gonna
But
start looking at this real quick.
you can see when I cut it, it has the original stamp up there, the 308 Winchester or
Yep.
whatever. It's just some people never even notice until I point it out, but that's the things that I notice and I like. So
Yeah, I noticed it with the first one, man, because and I really wanted to wear the multicam to work, but I'm like, it's got that brass in it,
yeah.
and yeah.
But we started doing like a lot of different options on the site. Um, like with brass, without brass. And then
Mhm.
we were releasing slowly, because a lot of people, they just like to have the brass in just a blank hat, because like blank hats are becoming more popular now. So
Mhm.
we're releasing all those just a couple at a time. Like I got a stack of them over here that I still got to do product photos for, but it's just the brass
Cool.
casing in the hats. So um, I try to do what people want, man, um, and see where it goes.
Yeah. So here's an interesting question for you, especially in the Second Amendment space. Um, why do you think it's important to have your own personality, um, clothing wise, or just in general? Why do you think it's important to have something that actually clothing wise? Why do you think it's important to have something that makes you stand out from like other people who might be involved in the Second Amendment, as far as like
Um,
content or like just going to gun shows, so on and so forth?
yeah, I would say like it's sort of just a lot of these, I guess, influencers, which I'm friends with quite a few of the influencers and stuff.
Mhm.
Um, they have their own personalities, but it's all for the most part towards a common goal. Um, and so it's just little differentiators. This is sort of how this makes me feel, how I feel when I think about 2A, or what I'm showing my subscribers, followers, people who support me, because that's really what they are. At the end of the day, they are your customers.
Yep.
Um, and this is me expressing to them, what this means, what it what it means to embody the freedom that the Second Amendment provides us. Uh, you know, there's all those slogans. The Second Amendment protects the rest of the amendments, and um, freedom of speech is not freedom of speech if you can't back it up, or if you can't protect it, or those like catchphrases that
Hmm.
get passed around. And there, while there is truth and validity in that, like ultimately it's to protect against a tyrannical government, and I don't know if we want to get into politics, but like that stuff fires me up, dude, because I've seen what happens. Like I came in the army in 2004, basic AIT airborne school, and straight to Iraq. So I was in Iraq as a 18-year-old, like
Wow.
like bad stuff, dude. Like, and and not this presidency, but when you have the president of the United States threatening his people, like y'all don't got no F-35s, like, hey yo, like our
Yeah.
founding fathers built in that safeguard, you know, and it should be taken seriously,
Hmm.
by, I mean, I think everybody, like, you should maintain your body, you should maintain your mind, um, because the government ain't gonna do it for you, dude. Um, you have, like, some responsibility has to be taken on by the citizen who is claiming to deserve these rights. You know, you have to take ownership, man.
Hmm.
My wife, like, it'll probably be on my tombstone, but like I always say, hey, choices have consequences, um, and when choices are made to, go against the protections of the American people, like we're really lucky, man. Like to have the ability to protect not only ourselves but those around us, because that's like to me that's way more important. Like, yo, I'll be fine. Like, I'm very physically capable. But what about we have a Vietnam vet, old guy next to us. Like, what about him? What about the family over next door? You know, that to me that's what it's about. I know we're kind of off topic
Nah,
from what the initial question was, but
nah, as
like,
good as the Second Amendment podcast. So yeah, you're
yeah,
on
man,
topic.
like that's with, I mean, to get comic book, but like with great power comes great responsibility, and yeah, if you're not doing anything to maintain that, like, what are you
Yeah,
doing? You know,
right.
if you're just trying to get clicks, like, I mean, I guess that's fine. Um, but if, like, there should be some application, some value. Um, like, I mean, I train my wife. Like, I train my kids.
Mm.
And still working on my mother-in-law. She's has a little bit
Yeah,
tougher one. She's a little bit afraid. Um, but I know eventually, um, she'll see, like, there's nothing to worry about.
mm.
Um, so, and I maintain, I have my primary, I have my secondary. My wife has hers. We train with those. Um, you know, I don't want to ever have to use them, but I mean, you know, I don't want there to be a tornado, but I'm going to prepare for one.
Right.
I don't want there to be a hurricane, but I'm going to prepare for one. Um, so yeah, that's just kind of where we are as a family, you know.
Mm. So here's another question for you because remember Sean Ryan made a post about this, and I'm trying to remember the exact phrasing of it. I might be paraphrasing it a little bit just to get it out, but
Hmm.
he was talking about service members that went into a war zone, right? But let's say they never saw any action or were never involved in any activity that would require fighting against the opposition.
Hmm.
Um, I think he was referring to the fact that they were saying things like, I regret not being able to kill anybody, or I
Oof.
regret not being able to take out a couple of people. And he said it sickened him.
Yeah, that's brother. You don't want that. I don't know
Mm-hmm.
what the context they were saying that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I'll tell you, any time that has happened to me, yeah, I never once was like, "Oh yeah," like, "Yo, you guys." No, that's a heart, dude. That's a sickness of the heart, bro. And I don't know if they truly believe that or not. Um, so I won't pass judgment on that. Like, you don't want that. That stuff lives with you, sticks with you every day.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and saying, "Oh, I wish that I would have got to do this," or "Oh, I wish," bro. No, you don't. At no point in time. And there's a reason why when everything we provide aid to the enemy. Like, I don't want to kill nobody ever,
Mm-hmm.
but I mean, sometimes it has to happen. But I don't want to. I'm not excited to. I'm not like, oh yeah, let's go get these dudes and we, the right back to what I said. Choices have consequences. Um, and some of those people made choices those were the consequences, you know. Um, and that's a bad thing. That's not good. Like, and we shouldn't take like pleasure in dealing out those consequences. That like, there's a reason why. Like, sure, there are bad eggs that squeak through, but for the most part, like the psyche valves and stuff like that tend to um, weed out individuals like that. So if you're on there saying that, you know, I wish that I would have got the chance or blah blah blah, like, thank God you didn't, dude,
Mm.
because that is heartbreaking, especially, you know, if they were or are service members. 'Cause that's just bad, dude. You shouldn't want to kill nobody. If somebody breaks in here, like, I don't want to hurt them. I don't want, like, if somebody's, you know, assaulting my wife, I don't want to hurt them, but I have to. You know, I have to, like, you can't do that. You
Yeah.
know, choices have consequences,
Voices
man.
have consequences. Yeah.
Yep. And sometimes the consequence is the loss of life.
Yeah.
You know, I'll
And
pray for you. I will for sure pray for you. I'll for sure pray for your family, and for your salvation. But, like, you're not gonna. We don't do that around here. You know.
yeah.
Um, yeah, I didn't see that. I haven't been on much. Well, I mean, I'm sure you know. Like, we barely post anymore. Like, barely on social media anymore. And it's helped significantly because I'll get fired up, dude. Especially in the
Yeah.
news, and I know, like, I fall for it every time, dude. Like, dude, like, what are you doing? How can you call yourself an American? And especially some of these people on there, um, like, there's it gets to me, like, it has the desired effect of the media. I'll say
Yeah.
that.
The fourth branch of government.
Yeah, bro. Um,
Yeah. And
so
I definitely get what you're saying. It's
I try to stay away from that.
yeah. I think if anything, I've moved away from utilizing social media from a personal standpoint to like mainly trying to focus on it on a business standpoint.
Yeah.
Um, which honestly, like if I go on Facebook right now, I couldn't tell you, and it sounds kind of bad, but I couldn't tell you what my friends were doing 2, 3, 4 days ago.
Hmm.
Because for the most part, it's like just Black Panther podcast, Facebook,
Yeah.
Instagram, LinkedIn, just everything.
Hmm.
Um, but there, like you said, there is that aspect of like programming, which is really getting old because you know you said yourself the last thing you want to do is have to kill somebody. Meanwhile, I mean, it might be a joke meme or whatever, but you'll see something where uh, one of the memes where just take your pick. Somebody breaks into the house at 3 o'clock in the morning, and then this is the user. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know,
Right.
like to be honest
Yo.
with you, I think people have a hard time coming to grips with the fact that we are meant to be dangerous, but with that ability to be dangerous, there is a choice behind it. Like
For
me,
sure.
I'm an easygoing guy. I find being nice and social with someone a lot easier than like having to bring out the other side of me. You know,
Yeah,
I'm not
bro.
saying I'm not saying I'm like turning into venom or anything, but you know, it's just like you
Yeah.
know, it's
Oh, I'm
like
with you, dude.
yeah, you don't want to, you don't want to go there. You don't want to have to kill anybody. Um, But if you don't know how to control that, that's a problem.
For sure, 100%. And that's the problem with the heart, dude.
Hmm.
Like, I don't know. This is maybe like a couple years ago or so. Um, and I never really had the right words to express like what I meant because I kind of like lived by this my whole life. Like, and then I heard Jordan Peterson talking about it. I know people can think whatever they want about him, but he does have some wisdom every so often. He's like, you know, men, we should be capable of great violence.
Hmm.
Like we should be, but that doesn't mean that you have to. Like my forerunner can, go 100 miles an hour, but like, oh, to what point do I need to drive that thing? Or like if you got a sports car, like a fast car, like
Yeah.
you're still like me, Jeremy, still have to go to like the grocery store. Like, what am I gonna, go in there and beat up somebody who took the turkey that I want for a Thanksgiving dinner, dude? Like, come on now. But
It's
I should have the capability to, to use like the car metaphor again, like my put myself into, four low and get through whatever this thing is that's, you know, providing an adverse situation to myself or my family. Like, you should
mhm.
have that, and you should train for that. Um, like when, when my wife and I, do our like hand to hand workouts, um, she rarely sees that side of me, but like when I'm hitting the bag, like that is as violent as I can be with just my bare hands, And that's what I'm training for. And
Mhm.
sometimes it scares her. Um, but like you should have that capability because regardless of whether you want to or not, there may come a time where you have to, use that.
Yep.
Um, and if you don't train it, it's not going to be there when you need it.
Definitely. Definitely agree with
You
that.
know? So
Mm.
yeah, man.
Yeah. I think I would call it like you gotta be able to have that ability to have discipline danger, you know?
For
If you don't
sure.
have that discipline, then especially discipline in training, discipline in like being able to make the correct decisions and the when to utilize it, when not to utilize it. Um,
I
just
prefer never.
right.
Yeah.
It's just the self control that comes with being a man, and
Yeah.
you know, don't get me wrong, women can be dangerous too, but like for the
For
most part,
sure.
I think nature wise, we are meant to be uh the destroyers. I don't
Yeah.
know
I mean, we're the
whatever word
protectors.
you like to use.
Like, that's
Right.
our job. And
Mhm.
especially like young guys or the dudes who are posting this stuff on, like, oh, I wish I'd kill people. Like,
Yeah.
you can learn a lot about what we were made to be, like in the Bible. Like, even if you don't believe, Christ sacrificed death and resurrection, like, I wish that you would, because I would like to see you in heaven. But if you don't believe that, like, there's still good teaching on, what it means to be a man, a woman, a husband, a wife. Um, and like, there's like, you don't, there's no need to reinvent it, dude, when you got the answers right there. Like,
Mhm.
we're not, I'm not sitting at home and as a sixth grader, like, I'm not thinking about like how to create a brand new algebra, like when somebody can teach me, you know,
Yeah.
like I'm not trying to figure out like geometry. No, you're not gonna figure it out.
Mhm.
Um, And if you don't have someone there teaching you, like my father was not around, and if when he was like a bad father. So like, um, and same with my mom. So like, yeah, if you want, an outcome, you have to seek a place that can give you that outcome. Um, like I had good teachers, I had um, some good parents of friends in school, like that helped me with stuff. And while it didn't ultimately lead me to God, um, it did lead me in a better direction than my surroundings should have allowed for. Um, so like train, man. Don't talk about it, be about it, dude.
Right.
Because dude, somebody comes in your house in the middle of the night, most of these people are gonna be peeing all over themselves, dude.
Hmm.
Somebody, if you're not training for a legitimate threat, you are not gonna respond. Your life is not a movie, dude. If you think you're the equalizer, bro, you got another thing coming, dude.
Right.
Huh. Come
Everybody
on
and
now.
John Wick.
Yo, come on. Um, so,
It's true. It's
oh,
funny. On the topic of those people, man, like the movie people.
yeah,
Um, hell, even the Punisher. You had a lot of people idolize the Punisher.
yeah,
Um, but ultimately, especially people that don't read comic books, nobody really realizes that in order to get to the point where Frank Castle was at, he had to lose his family.
yeah, bro. Incredible amount. I mean,
Yeah.
he's clearly like mentally ill.
Hmm.
Like, I do I have a Punisher sleeve right here.
Yeah. And don't get me wrong, I like the Punisher, but yeah, it's like,
If you're guilty, you're dead. I punish the guilty. Frank Castle.
mm,
I got that. I don't know. Probably when I was the age of one of those dudes posting on the internet, brother.
yeah,
You are not a comic book hero, dude.
yeah,
Yo, you get hit in the plate. You have your fancy little plate carrier. Hey, bro, you you are gonna feel some pain, dude. It stinks. You're not just gonna walk through a hail of gunfire because you got a plate carrier on, dude.
yeah. It's basic physics, It's like,
Yeah, bro. You're gonna feel it. You're gonna say,
yeah,
"Oh boy, I think that I'm dead now." I mean, you might not be, but it's gonna hurt.
yeah,
This ain't a movie, dude. And like, they'll it'll kill you. Like, don't play around with this stuff, dude. Take it seriously. You should take it as seriously as anything else you're doing, um, or not, you know, and play pretend and see what happens. You know,
win stupid prizes.
yeah, dude. Yeah. Um,
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's a lot of work that needs to be done and a lot of cleaning up. So,
yeah, I'm with you, bro. I mean, it all starts like with our families and in the community around us. Like, um, that's the biggest thing for us. Like, we want to. Well, we don't know whether or not we're going to be staying here, but until we get the word that we will leave here, like, we want to serve our community. We want to serve those around us. Um, this is great to do, whatever stuff on the internet and help facilitate and do this or do that. But like, oh man, it's just if we all started in our communities all of those communities are connected to other communities. All of those communities are connected. Then it's all good because they're all connected. There might be a little bit of a gap in between them. But if everyone started right in their own community, it would reach every other community in no time. So that's kind of like we ship stuff all over, but most of the stuff that we do is right here in the community. As best we can. Like, I mean, I'm not some like millionaire philanthropist type guy. If I was, I wouldn't have it for very long because I freaking give it away. But you know, but money comes, money goes. It's what you do with it, and the intent that you have behind it, and what's in your heart, man. And so that's just what we work on, you know.
True. I guess it all starts with faith too, man. So
yeah, bro. Yo, I know
God have that somewhere.
God's got us, dude. Whatever I endure on this earth is a blink. It is nothing, dude. Compared to eternity, bro. That's hope. I mean, I like to see as many people. I like to see all my enemies there, dude. And I don't really have a lot of enemies, but like in the metaphorical term, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I'd be sick, dude.
Definitely, man. Shoot, I think we're gonna end it on that note because I don't think there's any better note to end it on.
All right, yeah, man, I'm with you, bro. Yeah, thanks for having me, man.
Oh, thank you, man. And
honor,
just
bro.
let everybody know where they can find you at, where they can find your clothes. Sick hats.
Oh yeah, hotbrassclothingcompany.com. I say hot weird, I think. So some people hear high brass, but it's not. It's hot, HOT brass. And then I think it's the same on Instagram. I think we're on Facebook too, but I still don't know how to use Facebook. Every time I get on there and try to do something, check message, and never works. I have to get my wife to.
You're not missing anything. Facebook is just, I don't even like it much.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, man, I appreciate you, bro.
Hey, I appreciate you, Jeremy. I appreciate it, man. It, definitely gonna have you back if you're interested.
Yeah, man, for sure, anytime, dude.
Cool. And hopefully next time I have more energy and I'll be a little bit more coherent because this Batman shift is woo, yeah.
No, dog, you good, bro. Get that work in, man.
Shoot, I ain't got no choice. Bro. The bills ain't gonna pay themselves.
All right, bro.
Man. Take care of yourself. Thank you.
Later, bro.
I'll be buying that bony hat soon.
I got you, dude.
All right, brother. Thank you.
Later.
This the Black Powder Podcast, let's get explicit. We got the wisdom hitting targets with a marksman precision. We're having fun in the booth, we're running gun for the truth. Every future black gun owner, we're spreading the news. We do illegal, we're moving